Don't be depressed by the numbers, comrades. Most of the group won't be here until the opening of Parliament. Oh, hello, Charlie. Oh, and the Queen's speech. I cede the chair then, too, but I thought it important that some of us, at any rate, should get together and discuss tactics for the new Parliament and the new government. Oh, come in, comrades. Glad you could make it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Winnie?
Well, it's hard to know where to begin, Reg. Last week, we lost a decisive battle. Some of us didn't think we should be fighting in the first place. But that was last week. If we have an initiative in the next battle, I'm damned if I can see what it is. Venables will do, and we will react. Isn't that the way it is?
What's Venables likely to do anyway? We may have made him leader, but we didn't make him God. The whole of the movement, party, unions, constituencies, are to his left. He'll see that, or we'll make him see it. Whatever else is, he's not stupid. A stupid man would have started by reconstituting the cabinet, eh? I'm far from gloomy. We've got good cards.
It's pretty obvious why he's kept the cabinet intact, isn't it? New leader, need for unity. When he's stronger, he'll pick them off one by one. I don't think Trevor Brent's under any illusion. I was talking to Wally Armfield, his PPS, this morning.
I think we need a statement getting out, don't we, Rich? Venables is bad news, however he plays it.
I'm not so sure about that, Charlie. The statement, I mean. Party in the country is not going to thank us for rushing in with bared teeth when he's not as yet even opened his mouth.
I'm with Reg on that. I think we should dig in and see what his plans are. No point in wasting ammo in mere shadows.
Could I say something?
Surely.
I don't mean to be overcritical, but I can't help feeling this discussion has already become just a little bit narrow in its perspective. That's to say, I've a feeling it's not what's going to happen here. It's what's going to happen, or we can help make happen, out there, that's going to make the difference as far as our new leader is concerned. Of course, he'll ease himself into the job. Of course, he'll bow to pressure and the like. They all do. That's what it's about. Leading, but not only what it's about. Venables has committed himself over 3 decades to the modernization of this party, i.e. to the creation of a radical party of the centre, whose natural allies in the House would be the Liberals and the left of the Tory party, and in the country all those sane and reasonable voters who believe in moderation in all things, but especially politics. When he'll start is speculative, I agree. In my view, sooner rather than later. That he'll start can't be in doubt. And I don't think we can stop him from here.
Go on.
I believe we've got to bring pressure to bear from outside on every Labour MP in the House to stand by the 1974 manifesto. In the ward and constituency parties, in the unions and trades councils, in the National Executive Committee, in the TUC, in the grassroots movements and campaigns. And I believe we must start now. If I were editing next Friday's Journal, I'd fill every page with the message, hands off the party. It doesn't belong to you.
You think that's the mood of the movement, do you?
Not yet. The movement's demoralized, doesn't know where the hell it is. But we could help it find out. Must.
What's David Last think about it?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him?
You say you think Venables will move sooner rather than later. What's that based on, Bill? Or is it just a hunch?
It's a hunch mainly, Jim. But I find it pretty significant that no less than 3 of his entourage, 2 of them in the cabinet, have been shooting their mouths off over the weekend about how different things are going to be under the new leader. Now, I can't imagine they said what they did without clearing it first. Can you?
Yes. Freer. I read this.
I think he'll go for the Queen's speech.
What?
Why not? He's got 4 days. Who's going to stop him?
No, Bill. He wouldn't dare.
I checked up on that for you, by the way. Because I spoke to Hank about it. The trouble is, what he said is a question of rights. Now, you've got a fishing rights, and then one time you still have to pay something. Something. But the main thing is, I just explained about the fishing rights. Oh, no, I don't know.
Nothing from my PPS room. Morning, comrade.
This it?
Morning, David. Morning, Prime Minister.
Morning, colleagues. Please feel free to smoke.
Hi, Albert.
Yeah, all right, don't worry. I'll look after the door. You're over here.
Bill. Good to see you again.
Hello.
Yeah, get away with it. Cheeky sod.
Okay.
Here, have I got a room or what? You've got a room. Come on.
Give me that.
What are we doing for food? Will we go out?
There's a Chinese on the corner. That do?
Yeah, that's fine. I can fancy a nice hot 73. Are you having one?
Sheets.
Oh, this is a bugger, isn't it? What's happening down this end?
There's only a handful of us down. The mood on the left seems to be wait and see. Then, presumably, study it in action replay to see if you actually did see what you'd waited to see, and then wait to see if anyone else saw it, and so on. It might lack a little, what shall we say, pace, but by Christ, is it inexorable. What I mean is, the journal group met this morning.
What about the NEC?
They meet Thursday, I think. When your school is asking for an emergency conference.
We should get it through.
I'm not sure. You could. It's doubtful. They'll want to wait and see too.
And what's happening with the cabinet?
God knows. Just been speaking to David last. There's a fight on, it seems. Over what, precisely? What's your reading, Albert?
Tell you the truth, I've been so busy with the campaign and this demonstration, I've barely had time to think it through. Thought about it on the bus, though, coming down. It's critical. I've no doubt about that. I've spent over 50 years in this party, man and boy. We've been through worse scrapes. Not many, mind. And I'm not saying that this time we couldn't really fall apart, either.
Maybe that's what we should aim for.
How do you make that out, lad?
I don't know if I can explain exactly. I met Venables at Ruskin during the summer. Spent a day with him. Saw him close up. For the first time as a stranger, very detached. There was something in him I admired. A very proper adversary. With Watson, it was something else you admired. The sly energy, the style, the passionate commitment to riding the swell, a cork among stones. A central, dazzling absence of belief. But with Venables, the first thing that hits you is belief. In many ways, he's a very literal man. And when he says nationalisation is a socialist fetish, he really means it. When he says the principal task of social democracy is to curb the power of the unions, he means that too. Now, all the argument I've heard from the left seems to base itself upon the apparently unchallengeable fact that Venables will at once find himself contained within the great web of governmental, party and trade union influence. That's to say, Venables will bend, like anyone else, to reality, that what the left will have to contend with is an emphasis here, coloration there, at least until the next election. Also, so the left argues, to carry the party in the House, he'll have to give way all the way along the line. And if he wants industrial recovery, as he must, then he's going to have to live with the unions, warts and all.
So, you disagree?
Supposing there's another way.
Go on.
What if he shows his colours right away and then defies the party to refuse to back him?
Then he's a madman. Christ, he was alive in 1931.
True, but so are many of the Parliamentary Labour Party. They'll be in no hurry to split from the leadership, even if they're instructed by the constituencies to do otherwise.
What are you saying, Bill?
I'm saying, and I could be wrong, I'm saying I think this is the crunch, Albert. Here, now. I'm saying he's not there because he wants office. He's there because he wants power. And like the rest of us, he has no interest in a draw.
I'll have to think about that one.
Fancy some food, then?
Not particularly. Not after that little lot. I suppose I'd better, though. What's his first move, then, in this scenario of yours?
If he's going to begin as he means to go on, I can't see him not wanting to rewrite the Queen's speech. Can you?
Too many ifs, Bill. He's not a fool, whatever else he is.
No.
I'll get me coat.
It's bloody ridiculous to say wait and see. You know, for Christ's sake, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the importance of not being seen to be the one to aim the first blow.
Is it aiming the first blow to pan someone who's threatening to choke you to death?
Yes, if you can claim he's only trying to shake your hand.
So you think you can beat them from inside?
I can try, that's why I'm there.
And you'll resign when?
When it's necessary.
Fine, I might put you to it.
That's your privilege.
How goes it, David?
Fine, Phil. I'll let you know. Hope the mark as well. If you bump into Willie Moore's TUC, ask him in a quiet moment how their meeting with Venables went over the weekend. Particularly on our long-standing commitment to public ownership of the docks. I'd be very interested to hear his reply. Oh. Trevor Brent may resign today. That's wholly confidential, of course.
Fight for the right to work.
Oh, sir, from Arbor. What's the hold-up? Oh, just checking credentials, sir. W. Brand.
That's right.
Well, if I could just see some means of identification, gentlemen. Yes, fine. Yes.
Hope to God it doesn't snow. Do you think it will?
Couldn't do anything.
Morning, brothers. Sorry to have had you waiting about. We've a finance and general purposes meeting on. Walter Marland, General Secretary, TUC.
Gus Lynch, National Organiser, Fight for Work campaign. Brother Albert Stead, Transport and Allied.
Bill Brand, yes.
That's right. How do you do?
OK, let's get cracking, shall we? Willie Moores is,
Present. Morning, brothers. Bill.
Albert, good to see you. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Old comrades.
Brother Lynch, National Organiser.
How do you do?
I'm fine.
We've 20 minutes. I wish it could be longer, but we've a big agenda to work to upstairs. All yours.
Well, first off, I'll give you this. That's a list of demands drawn up by our National Council on behalf of the Fight for Work campaign membership. That's 37,000 men and women. 1 in 40 of those unemployed at the minute.
All right, I'll see to it it's raised at the next council meeting. Any comments, Willie?
No. There's nothing here we haven't urged on the government ourselves. In Transport and Allied and at TUC. Unfortunately, the likes of us don't own the economy. There are undoubted problems. World recession in trade, sustained investment strike, loans with strings. Now, all that's not going to go away because we ask it to, is it?
For myself, I can't go beyond my General Council's statement of last month, copies of which I've brought down with me. You'll see there that we call unequivocally for further and decisive reflationary measures to be taken at the earliest possible moment, so that new jobs can be created and this hideous rise in the unemployment graph can be reversed. That's our position, and has been for well over a year.
It's not good enough, is it?
Unemployment at 1.7 million, of course it is.
I'm talking about your statement, brother.
I think it covers the ground.
Oh, it does that, all right. But there's no point in covering the ground if you're not prepared to occupy it. You talk about the paramount need to cut unemployment, but you don't actually demand it, do you?
Brother, we're not in a position to demand.
Oh. And what about the employers, then? How come they are? You admit yourself, they're forcing this government to keep unemployment high by refusing to invest. Why haven't the unions the right to make the hiring of their labour conditional on unemployment being cut, then?
But there's no point upping production unless we can sell the product, and we can't sell the product unless we get our prices right, which means getting inflation down. Look, I'm sorry to be so pedantic, but that's how it is in the real world, brother. That's the basis of the compact between the trade union movement and the government. And if we do anything on our part to undermine it, we'll have only ourselves to blame if a Labour government finds itself forced, however reluctantly, to use further unemployment as the sole remaining mechanism for controlling the new inflationary spiral that would ensue. Now, I'm not asking for your pity, I'm asking for your intelligent understanding, and I'm saying slogans are one thing, reality's another. We are doing what we can. I must say, brothers, your own position is not without a certain, what shall we say, irony. I mean, one of your deputation is, in fact, the Parliamentary Private Secretary to the Minister for Employment. I know Mr. Brand is doing what he can, too. And who's to say whether it's good enough or not?
It's a somewhat inconclusive irony, I suspect. I've made it clear that my work in Parliament will be in no way inhibited by that connection. I'm also on the point of resigning the post, hoping, I suppose, the Minister will move first and save me the trouble.
Resign, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be bloody stupid, man. He's got to stay in there fighting as long as he can.
I'm sorry, brothers. I seem to have got us off onto a tangent. Look, I've got to get back up there.
What do you suggest we tell the March then?
Tell them we sympathize. We are doing everything we can. Because that's the truth.
Well, my translation of that will read something like this. The TUC will continue to turn a blind eye on the unemployment situation for as long as this reactionary Labour government tells it to. I'll see yous outside.
Brothers, if I were you, I'd get myself a new translator.
I'll follow you up, Walter. 5 minutes.
Fine. Good luck, brother. Goodbye.
What time's the Albert already then, Albert?
8.
Perhaps I'll see you.
Huh? See you down there, Bill.
Well then, boy. Where do we go from here?
We go to Downing Street. I don't know where you go.
Anyone else from the house here with you?
There'll be one or two for the Downing Street lady, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman's agreement. You do your bit in your sphere, we ours in ours.
Well, you can see their point, can't you?
No. No, I can't. Not any longer.
Oh? I had you figured for Bright, Bill. Look. The unions are under attack from all sides. The mood's changing underneath us. My own executive could fall to the right at the next election, for Christ's sake. God knows my members are suffering as much as anyone from unemployment. But you won't convince them the Tories will do any better. No way. The Tories will cut public spending to the bone, impose an immediate wage standstill, and start preparing a statutory incomes policy to back it up. I think we've got to give them another year, Bill. If things aren't any better by next summer, then we'll hit them. Hard. All of us. Meanwhile, we stay out of it as much as we can. They know they're going to have to deliver.
You think Venables knows that?
Well, if he doesn't, he can't have been listening. He met him over the weekend at Neddy. I think he knows.
There's thousands down there, Willie. And there's millions behind them. And they're fed up with you. And they're fed up with me. What do we do about that?
It'll pass. I'm not in this game for popularity.
They think you sell them out.
Do they?
They do.
Is that what you think? I'll tell you something, Bill. I've been a socialist since I was 11. Where I come from, the Rhondda, they put it in the tea. When I was 17, my dad and me packed a bag. We took a train, a boat, then a train again. 3 days it took. To Spain, see? 2 years fighting Franco's fascists. Came back on my own. Now, I didn't fight, and he didn't die, so I could come back and betray my own class, okay?
Willie, it's a message from Last. He wants to know what happens if Venables drops the commitment to nationalizing the docks.
I will not accept that a British government is empowered to take instruction on how it will run its affairs from a German bank, Chancellor.
That's not what's being said.
Well, that's what I'm hearing. And I think we should have none of it.
What? Even if we need the money? As indeed we do, and desperately?
Not at that price, no.
Trevor, you sound like the Irishman asked how to get to Dublin and says, I wouldn't start from here. We have to start from here. It's where we are.
No, it's where you are, Morris.
If the Chancellor shows we need another 400 million bridging loan to see us through to the spring, that's good enough for me, and I suspect for many others.
Yeah, I hope so.
And if he tells us that our credit's good with next to nobody outside of the Reichsbund Bank, I'll buy that too. And if the loan's conditional on certain guarantees of how the money is to be used, it's regrettable. But there you are. Beggars never could be choosers.
Brilliant. Did you think that up yourself, Malcolm? I think Morris should go back to Bonn or wherever it is and start again. We are a sovereign state, for God's sake.
We're an impoverished sovereign state, Edna. Right. We have a currency that melts in our hands, one of the lowest industrial outputs in Europe, a mountainous deficit on our balance of trade, and an inflation rate still of 15.5%, huh? Let's face a few facts for a change.
I am not sure that this is getting us anywhere very fast, Prime Minister.
You mean we can't go on meeting like this, Jim?
I merely point out, my dear Edna, that this is our second day in Cabinet. If it goes on much longer, I'll begin believing the press talk about a Cabinet crisis.
All right, now, when I called this meeting, I knew there'd be much difficulty in reaching agreement on the way ahead, which is why, when the BBC called me on Monday and asked if I'd be interviewed on their Panorama program, I said no, at once. I did, however, intimate that I might well be available for interview sometime this evening. I think you'll all agree that with 2 days remaining before the opening of a new parliament, and with a new leader, the country is entitled to a statement of intent.
Yes,
Yeah.
Deputy Prime Minister may dub me an incurable optimist, but I think we can reach agreement before we break, because where there's talk, Jim, there's hope. Of course, it helps if we all talk the same language.
Which language is that then, Prime Minister?
The language of priorities, David, the language we were reared in.
I thought our language was socialism.
I thought that's what I said. Isn't the language of socialism the language of priorities?
That's pigeon socialism. A primitive trading pattern developed in the 20s and polished in the 50s.
Any other comments, David?
One or two. You say you look for agreement by this evening. Now, that's to say you want Cabinet approval on the matter of the German loan with strings, and on these extensive modifications to our programme for the next session. Further and immediate cuts in public spending, i.e. the social services, the temporary reversal of the extremely modest reflationary measures we took last summer, the open acceptance of the present unemployment rate of 7% as realistic, the placing before Parliament of a bill that will seek to fund political parties via the state and thereby severing the historic link between the industrial and political wings of our own movement, the dropping of our manifesto commitment to take the docks into public ownership, the further emasculation of the National Enterprise Board, and the rechanneling of much of its funding into private industry.
What about strengthening the Race Relations Act? Prison reform, theatre levy, you make no mention of those.
Well, I make no mention, Malcolm, because in the main, they're not contentious.
But they're, David, they're there. That's what I'm saying. Part of the package.
Let David finish, if you would, Malcolm.
By all means.
You say you want an agreement on all this lot by 5 o'clock or so. Let me put a couple of hypothetical questions. Suppose you collect voices, but there are still people here who can't stomach it. What then?
I imagine such people would have to decide whether they could continue to serve.
Even though their resignations would undoubtedly harm party unity and party morale.
We must all do what we think right. The party's for the individual, not the other way around. Clearly, the principle of collective cabinet responsibility will not be waived in these or any circumstances. Naturally, I don't relish even the hypothetical prospect of resignations at this early juncture. We are the cabinet we were, as Arthur Watson left us, more or less. And I must warn those of you who might, hypothetically, be considering leaving us. that the responsibility for the effect on party unity and party morale will rest and will be seen to rest with them, and not with those who remain.
Thank you for your candor, Prime Minister. I have one question more.
Might I say a word, Prime Minister?
Right, soon had David finished, if that's all right, Chief Whip.
It is germane, I think.
I'm sure the Secretary of State for Employment will bear that in mind.
What happens if the Cabinet backs the programme and the parliamentary party shoots it down? Hypothetically.
Oh, I think we crossed that hurdle when we came to it, David. Though I must say there are certain hypotheses so insecurely based as to border on the untenable.
Prime Minister, may I say something?
Chief Whip, if it's your resignation, it's customary to put it in writing. What was it, sibling?
I've listened, I hope loyally, for the best part of 2 days to this debate. I have not spoken because, quite properly, I have neither vote nor voice in these councils, save when a question is addressed to me. If I speak now unbidden, I speak as your Chief Whip, Prime Minister, mindful of his responsibilities, and I speak in answer to a question, not yet asked, and only just now broached at all in these discussions. Prime Minister, I've studied and thought about these proposals, this programme, very carefully. It is my responsibility. No, it is my duty to advise you that should you proceed to the House with them, I can offer no guarantee that enough members of the party will support you to ensure a majority for them in division. I make no personal judgment on this proposed programme. You understand. I merely state what I feel to be the case with regard to its prospects of winning the approval of our supporters in the House.
See what that's all about, Muir. Thank you, Cedric. I'm grateful to you for that. May I be clear on one point? Is it your view that a sizable number of Labour members will try to bring a Labour government down by voting against its agreed programme in the division lobby?
Not quite, Prime Minister. It is my view that a substantial number of Labour supporters would vote against these measures and that this government may fall as a result.
It would in fact depend, would it not, on what countervailing support we could attract from other parts of the House. You agree?
Numerically, yes. My duties have not hitherto extended to mustering the votes from other parties.
Colleagues, I hope that in my desire to run this gathering as chairman and animateur, rather than as leader and Gauleiter, I haven't misled you as to the nature and extent of my belief in this program. These are grave, serious, dangerous times. It's not only the party, it's the country and social democracy itself that stand threatened. And the crisis, economic, political, social, will deepen unless we tackle it now and head on. Every single one of these proposals, every single element in this program is a part of that solution. It's a program which has emerged from long hours of discussion with Morris there, with Malcolm, with Andrew, Reds, John. Not one of them, I'm sure, sees in it any unprincipled break with the past, as Trevor puts it. Any more than I do. Any more, I suspect, than the party in the House will. when it's had the matter properly explained. Much of what Arthur drafted and we as a cabinet agreed remains. The new elements all arise as a response to the problems which now confront us, a month and more after it was first drafted. And in particular, as I've spent great pains to explain, the new urgent borrowing requirement and the conditions attaching thereto. If there is one break with the past, and I hope it will become this government's hallmark, it is that we propose to govern openly and honestly, so that when we all of us know that unemployment, however cruel and ugly in its social effects, and however damaging to us electorally, when we all of us know that unemployment is a weapon in the fight against inflation, then we will openly and honestly acknowledge the fact, instead of pretending we can do nothing about it, that it is wholly someone else's fault. And I am confident that when the people see a government at last coming clean, they'll thank us for it. Because we'll have done something long overdue in politics. We'll have told the truth. As to party support in the House, I have only this to say. The House will support this program. Of that I am quite certain. Excuse me, there's a demonstration. It seems there's a demonstration. Perhaps we might take tea now.
What are we doing here?
Adverse reaction to contents of the Queen's speech have not been confined to parliamentary circles. Trade union leaders have almost unanimously condemned it.
TUC leaders called it a load of crap.
While Lord Marland, General Secretary of the TUC, had this to say when he came to our studio this evening.
TUC leaders were blindfolded.
Now that you've been able to study the contents of the Queen's speech, how will the policy of the TUC...
Hello, Alf. Just look at that. Bleeding cars. Look at it.
Let it dry, it'll brush off.
Brain a sod if I got my hands in them. Only walk from that van.
Sit down, I'll make a pot of tea.
No. Can't stop. Some collecting to do. I was passing and saw the light on. I wondered if you'd heard out.
Nope. Save what I hear on the news.
So, you're out of a job.
Mm-hmm.
So what about Brent and Last? What are they up to now they're gone?
Last's in Wales, resting at his country cottage. Brent's back in his constituency, reporting to his EC.
How'd you get that?
On the march, the fascists tried to get in amongst us round Trafalgar Square.
Spoken to Albert. Never mentioned it.
He was in the thick. Yeah, and I've got a bloody clout on him.
Looks as if he was clouting him with you. You want to get something on that.
Hello? Hello, Bill Brand? Yeah, sure. No, that's fine. Right. That's my wife.
I'll get off.
No. Hang on, Alf. What's been happening here? In the party, I mean?
Emergency EC tomorrow. I sent you a letter. GMC midweek sometime if we can get it together. Still waiting on an emergency national conference.
What are the chances of that?
Better than you might think. Albert Stead says Transport House has been bombarded with demands for one. It'll have to be reckoned with.
What's your reading, Alf?
How long have you got? I think we're in the mire, Bill. Up to there. I'll let it in. We'll talk tomorrow. Hello, Mrs. Brown.
Hello, Mr. John.
Nice to see you.
Hi. Sit down.
I was doing a home visit in Queen Street.
Oh, yes? How are the kids?
Fine. Michael had another tooth filled. They're staying at my mother's tonight. How are you?
Okay.
Last resigned then.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't last long, did you?
10 days that didn't shake the world.
Oh, listen, are you going tomorrow?
Yeah, to the wedding, you mean?
Because I've been invited too. I thought you should know.
Thanks.
What have you got upstairs?
Couple of bedrooms. Lavatories outside.
You could manage the kids then. Staying the night, I mean.
Yeah. No sweat.
You could use the camp beds.
Yeah, sure. I'll make some tea.
No, thanks. I'm thinking of remarrying.
Oh.
He'll be there tomorrow.
What's his name?
Foster. Edward. I met him at the hospital. He's a pathologist.
Dr. Foster.
Yes.
What does he think of the kids?
He likes them very much. And he knows you're their father and that they're your children. Okay?
What do they think of him?
They like him.
Good. Sounds a nice fellow.
I'll get off. I'll see you tomorrow.
Stopped hating me.
No, I never hated you. I stopped hating myself.
they're coming. We should have come out and got somebody else.
Oh, here you are. Look, I thought you'd gone out through the vestibule.
I've been signing my book. Signed on the wrong bloody page, didn't I? What a good bottle. Never seen anything like it.
Anyway, let's get these photos done, shall we? It's bloody freezing out here. Jane, come on. Oh, stop hanging around. Get in there next to Bill. That's right. And the girls round. And I'm coming in there. That's right. Are you right? Right-o. Hey, no, leave it. Don't move. I'll get it. It was like half an hour. Go on. Get away.
Oh, Eddie, oh, poor little thing.
It did go for him, he did.
It was only playing.
Right. See ya.
Get on, Bill.
Right, let's have the rest of it here then. Let's go back to the
Hello, Eddie.
Cheers. Right. See you back there. See you back there, yeah?
Bye.
Right. Cheers. You'd think you'd have more bloody sense, wouldn't you? I know I wouldn't do it again if I had my chances over. Are you going back to my Mars or what?
No, I'll call round later, I think. I have this meeting over at West Park Labour Club.
Oh. I'll give you a lift if you like. I've got old Johnson's delivery van here.
What's that?
Ah, I do a bit of work for him in weeks, so he lends it at weekends.
Great.
Ah, come on.
It'll do fine, Ed. Thanks.
Hey, where'd you get the eye?
Fighting for work march. Spotted trouble. Our section of it got attacked.
Aye. Not a bad march, were it?
It's pretty good. Saw it on telly, did you?
No. We were on it.
Were you?
Aye.
Hey, that's great.
No, I'm not as thick as I look, you know.
No, I mean it.
Oh, well, I listen to him when I'm arguing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ah. Anyway. I learnt a lot. Quite a lot.
Me too.
I met this fella on bus coming back. He was one of your lot. Albert something. He said he knew you.
Stead?
Ah, that's it. Albert Stead. I knew he began with S. Oh, you're an interesting sort of fella.
He's that.
He was in Spain, you know. Told us all about it, what they were fighting for and that.
Albert? Spain? Was he?
Oh, well, he told us all about it. Well, I mean, he didn't boast about it. I mean, we had to keep asking him, like, what it was like and that. I'd never really understood it before, you know. He was only a young fellow when he went. 1st International Brigade from Manchester. He's still got a couple of machine gun bullets floating around inside himself somewhere. He were all right. And he's still bloody fighting, isn't he?
Yeah. He's still fighting. I'll see you.
I'll see you. Take care.